What up, everyone? This is the SED podcast with your boy LV. Waiting on the rest of the guys to pull up, man. I just talked to them. They'll be here any second. And while we're doing that, it gives me the chance to catch you guys up on what's been going on. We've been off the past few weeks with a bunch of different things. I was sick. The homie Trill, aka Jay, had his daughter had a birthday one of those days, but we had a special Saturday before last. We had some people pull up. We had some of the people from the ANEP podcast and the ladies podcast show up, and my wife they popped in. We had a great show. So if you missed that, uh, go back and check those out. It was a phenomenal show. We had fun. It was a Saturday before the Super Bowl. Um, and I'm just getting over. I was sick this past couple of days, so you probably hearing my voice. Just hear me sniffling and all that stuff. But nonetheless, we are back. The crew will be here momentarily. Um, until then, I can talk about what I'm drinking on. And right now, I am drinking on. I drink tequila, Pedro Adrul. I think I'm saying that right. Tequila. Um, I've been drinking tequila a lot lately. Um, I don't know, just I guess the older I get, the smoother it tastes. So I'm getting old. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm drinking on right now. So we're still waiting on the rest of the fellas to show up. Until then, I guess I can kick it off with talking about the Super Bowl recap. The last time we talked to you guys, it was the NFC AFC Championship game. Speaking of, homie Mar just popped in. What up, Mar?
What up, though?
Um, I was just telling people, man, what we were drinking on. If you have anything you want to, show the people what we are sipping on.
Uh, I'm sipping on that Terramana
Hmm.
Anejo.
Okay. So you drink tequila too. Yeah, we keeping tequila so far. I didn't really get into it. I just was going over the Super Bowl recap. I said we ain't been on since the week before.
A little special.
Yeah. You was on special. Yeah, the special. Well, I'm talking about as our original show. I think the last thing we talked about was the oh yeah, the Super Bowl. Oh, appreciate it, Avery. Yeah, it was definitely a fun show. If you guys missed that show, please look through the archives and check that out. It was fun. But yeah, I think the last time we talked as the said group was the AFC NFC Championship game. The results of that.
Okay.
So now we can talk about the Super Bowl recap. Of course, Kansas City won. Um, the homie Jay just pulled up. But yeah, Kansas City pulled it out. Um, it was a couple weeks ago, so we got to reach our memory banks to try to recap that game because it's been a while. But Trill, you drinking on anything special you want to show the people? Or
Oh man, just appreciate everybody showing love, man. Continued support. We appreciate it. It seems like it's been a minute since I've been on, so it's glad to be home. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be home. So shout out to everybody.
Appreciate that. What you drinking on over there?
Man, I'm on the indigo. Can you tell by my eyes? My eyes low. Man,
Little Snoop.
before I hopped on and everything. So I'm feeling good, man.
Man,
What's y'all boys on, man?
Well, I showed the people a little while ago, but I was on there, tequila, Pedro.
Okay, yeah.
I'm on the same thing.
Tequila.
Terramana.
Already. What we talking about today, man?
Well, we're kicking off with the recapping the Super Bowl. It's been a couple of weeks since then, but that's the last time we saw them as a group was we was talking about the ending of the AFC NFC Championship game. So we never got a chance to talk about the Super Bowl. It's been a couple of weeks ago, but we never gave our official opinions about it. I can kick it off. It was looking like it was going to be a Philly blowout.
Yeah.
And they were looking good. Jalen Hurts was doing his thing, and it looked like they had Kansas City on the ropes. And then the second half hit, and it was the Andy Reid show. He made the adjustments in the halftime. And I say that because even though Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback, Andy Reid, whatever changes he made between the two halves was a difference.
Yeah. For
came
sure.
back and won the game. It was a controversial flag at the end of the game. You could discuss that all day long, but I think Philly shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. The way they was rolling.
Yeah, man. I mean, I hate that it came down to that call, but the corner came out and said he was like, "Hey, I held him." At the end of the day, so I mean, what more can you really say more much about it? But overall, it was a good game. Patrick Mahomes did his thing. Jalen Hurts did his thing. I honestly felt like even though the Eagles lost, I feel like Jalen Hurts played good enough to win MVP. I actually been having that discussion with some of the homies, but I think that only happened maybe once or two times in the NFL history. That opposing team player that has won MVP, but I think he played well enough to win MVP, honestly, in
Yeah.
my opinion. But we're gonna talk about it a little later. But yeah, I have to say I was one saying Jalen Hurts was not a superstar. I have to apologize to that young man.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Hey, that man balled out, man. He
We'll
balled
get to
out.
that.
So shout out
Trust
to Jalen
me.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one of the better Super Bowls that I can remember. Ended up going into like a back and forth type of thing down the stretch, which was fun and entertaining. I think the Eagles, that was their Super Bowl. They did enough in the first half, but what they didn't do was they didn't keep running the ball with Jalen Hurts in the second half.
Yeah.
I don't know if they was just because of the fumble or whatever. They was like, all right, we're gonna stop doing it or whatever. But if they would have ran the ball with him and could have kept Mahomes off the field, I think they would have increased their chances of winning that Super Bowl.
Now,
Uh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
So, and then I think y'all just mentioned it. The two penalties at the end did Philly in, but it was a hold. I mean, you had a fistful of jersey and got caught. So
Right.
But good game though. Andy Reid, I never go against Andy Reid. You get that man 2 weeks, he gonna come up with something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was at with it.
Now, you said they stopped running the ball. Do you think they stopped running the ball with him because of the pressure they was getting? Because the second half, like he had no shot to run the ball. I mean, he was still doing his thing, but I think Andy Reid was putting a lot more pressure than he was. I think in the first half, he was basically it looked like he was trying to play the pass, and you saw the big play they gave up in the first half. The first was it the first quarter with AJ Brown that deep pass.
Mhm.
So you think? I mean, I know it's been a couple of weeks since then. We're trying to recap off our brain. We do a lot of drinking and other things in between. So this is a recap show. But I just feel like they stopped them from doing anything that Philly really wanted to do. Like anything Jalen Hurts got, he earned just by just being faster.
Yeah, I feel like and definitely like Andy Reid probably keyed in on it, but until they prove that they can stop it, then like stop it, then keep doing it.
Yeah.
He was possessed, man. The man had 3 touchdowns, 2-point conversion. Like that man, it didn't seem like it was, and Philly line was still winning, even though they tried to stack the box. They line was still winning.
Yeah, that's true. I think it came down to that turnover. It came down to that one turnover Jalen Hurts had, and I think that ended up being the deciding factor in that game. Because I feel like if he didn't have that turnover, it's very possible Philly would have won that game. So yeah, that turnover killed them.
So Nucho, we just basically doing a recap of the Super Bowl, man. Like, what do you think was? And just give your recap of it. That's what we doing. So
It was an exciting game, man. Probably one of the greatest Super Bowls we've seen in a while. It's definitely up there with just how they was able to go back and forth. And that first half, to me, was all Philadelphia, man. Philly looked great. That was running the ball at will, throwing the ball at will. And then, like Trill said, when that fumble happened, that kind of switched the game up for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's like they got momentum. Because those first 2 quarters, man, they look like they were two completely like Chiefs didn't look like the Chiefs and Philly looked like the Super Bowl winners. But
Yeah.
It looks like Andy Reid and them went back their second half and flipped the switch. And notably, I think the second half Philly defense got a little lazy too, man, because two of those touchdowns, man, the dude just walked in, not touched, not harmed, not even looked at. So that's go ahead, Mar.
I was just gonna say those were coverage busts that worked. The same play worked twice.
Same play.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it was shouts out to Andy Reid, man. He had a great game plan. And the second half, man, we couldn't find the Philly pass rush. We couldn't find a Philly pass rush, man. Something that was quiet that I didn't notice all year is that Kansas City Chiefs had the best passing offensive line in the NFL the whole season. And I didn't really notice that until they pulled up the stats in the Super Bowl, but they had the best passing offensive line in the NFL, and Pat Mahomes was getting touched. And then what? Pat Mahomes, man, if he don't win the acting award, because when we saw that ankle get toe up, bro,
he put the Paul Pierce, didn't he?
Man, bro,
I thought he was out of there. I thought he was out of there.
It was so quiet in my home, man. The Kansas City Chiefs fans was yelling. I had to tell one of my cousins to shut up. Like, bro, quit yelling. Let me Pat Mahomes go. It's over. And what he do? Shot their leg up, came back and beat him, man. So it was an amazing game, and it put a notch on the mystique of Pat Mahomes, man. I think that, I've been trying to fight it. I like Pat Mahomes, but it's been a love-hate relationship. But we got to give it to that dude, man. He is that dude. He is that dude. He's that dude, bro. I can't take it away from him. And also, shout out to Jalen Hurts, because the Eagles didn't lose that game because of Jalen, man. And a lot of people went into the game kind of thinking that if they lose, it's going to be because Jalen stunk it up. I mean, he had that turnover. He did have that turnover. But as far as consistent offense, he gave you consistent offense. He was able to get points. But, man, shout out to Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, man.
This year, Liz.
Yeah.
How many times he threw? I don't know. He put me right on the spot. I don't know.
I know you be pulling up the stats.
He put me right on the spot. I don't know.
Well, I feel like he did it too many times, honestly.
Right.
But I'm just saying, but on the biggest stage, he threw for 300. So
yeah, I got you.
You know, you got to give it up to him.
Yeah, man, that was great.
I had a question. So we could talk about that flag, and we kind of talked about it before you jumped on, Joe. I feel like Philly shouldn't have been in that spot in the first place. You were up big in the first half. The adjustments were made by Andy Reid in the second half, which totally turned the game sideways, because now like they put more pressure on Jalen to make more plays, and he did what he could. He earned everything he earned, but at the end of the day, it's got overwhelmed. And the fact that I think Andy Reid realized, all right, I need to get my small, fast guys involved in the offense. Like you said earlier, those plays they score back-to-back plays, touchdowns, same play, different player, the same small guy that's doing that. And then Philly was just that number one defense got confused twice on the same play. How does that happen?
Yeah.
I mean, Andy Reid is just an offensive genius at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta know that you got him in this place where you know what, I'm gonna do it twice.
Yeah,
right.
Did it twice, wide open both plays. That's we're gonna talk about Andy Reid in a little bit. We're gonna talk about this next question that we talked about. I think midway through the season, is Jalen Hurts a superstar? I mean, I think we asked this question, I think midway through the season, and I think I said yes. I was like, man, look what he's doing with this team. They're winning. He's not Mike Vick, but like I don't like, still not saying Mike Vick, but he got him. He got him to the Super Bowl. I still say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, initially, I was like my boy Mike. I was like my boy Michael Parsons. I was like, it's the system. It's not Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Initially, but you got to give it up to him, man. He balled out in that Super Bowl. That performance he had. Unfortunately, he was going against Patrick Mahomes. If it had been anybody else, he probably would have came away with the dub. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got to give it to him. He's a superstar, man. He moves the offense. You know, he knows how to get the ball to his playmakers, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, the tight end Dallas Goedert. So you got to give it up to him. He's definitely a superstar, and I think he's going to be in Philly for a long time coming. So
right now, Trill, two things can be right because I still think it is the system, but he runs it so great. So why complain about it? So because you can't put Jalen Hurts in every quarterback scheme. You can't. You can't put him in a pocket pass. You can't. So the system makes him look great, but he runs it so well. It's the system. It's the system, bro. Because I mean,
because he was making plays off his instinct.
And the only reason why I say it's the system is because he can make hella plays. They designed running plays for him that he could do it. And in every offense, you're not going to get that. But Jalen can run those plays to a T. Now, that's not taken away from him being a superstar because he's still a superstar. Same thing with Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is in a great system. Pat Mahomes ain't going to fit in the Eagles' offense. Y'all think Pat Mahomes going to be running them quarterback sweeps?
I mean, he be moving. I
you know what was funny when Mahomes ran that long 25-yard run, he looked like Peyton Manning compared to Jalen Hurts.
Right. Straight up. But yeah, man, that was funny. But now Jalen Hurts, man, I think is every young quarterback should look up and look at this kid. I don't care if you're a pocket passer. I don't care if you're a dual threat. From what Jalen Hurts has did from year one to where he's at now, it's amazing, man. I mean, he's definitely developed. Like his development is probably it's the system. You can develop in the system. But yeah, it's he's developed from year one, man. Year one to where he is now, it's night and day, and he's gonna be there for a while. We're gonna have to deal with him. So it is what it is.
Y'all do.
I think.
Yeah, but that system, bro, it's gonna be hard to beat that. I mean, bro, they run quarterback sneaks with 3 yards to go. How many other teams do that, bro? They got 3 yards. They run quarterback. Like, bro, what are we doing?
Crazy doing
that. Yep,
that was crazy. Yeah, I forgot about that. Go ahead, Mar.
I was just gonna say, I think he's definitely developed into a better passer. I don't want to take that away from him. We get lost in seeing him make these good runs that he make, and you know everybody's just like, you know, he's a running quarterback. He's a running quarterback, which he is, but he has definitely increased his accuracy. He's been able to hit some of those deep balls that we said that we thought he couldn't make. So he has diversified his game, you know, in the short time that he's been in the league. So you got to give him credit for his growth. And that's what I think makes him a superstar, is that he's been able to grow. He's been able to mature. He's been able to learn how to make these reads and, you know, get the job done.
Yeah.
16 and what were they record? 15-2, 16-1, something like that. Like, you know, he's balling out. They got him the weapons, and he showed that he know how to use them.
The scary part as a Cowboys fan is that when we look at our quarterback Prescott, we know his ceiling. The scary thing about Jalen is that, bro, sky's the limit, bro. The sky's the limit. He went in the Super Bowl in his 3rd year, man. And they ain't going to do nothing but build around him and get him better. So,
3rd year?
It's year 3, right? I think it's his 3rd year.
2nd or 3rd year?
Yeah, because I think next year they're doing contract talk. So, yeah, it got to be next year's going to be his 4th year.
It got to be.
Yeah.
Gotta be more prepared. All right.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks, people. It's been a couple weeks, man.
I wanted to ask Nucha a quick question when we talking about the system and whatnot. How do you think Jalen Hurts would have been in the Miami Dolphins offense?
I'm
gonna be honest. I think Jalen Hurts has a stronger arm than Tua. Now, as far as making the passing reads, I'm not too sure because that's a different type of offense. That type of offense, you're gonna have to make the right reads. Now, they not asking Jalen to do that in Philly. The reads are simple. We're gonna play action this. We're gonna make what they do with Jalen is they make sure his throws are on one-on-one coverage. He's never throwing into like big trouble like that, bro. But yeah, go ahead.
I think you are you saying they're simplifying Jalen Hurts' playbook? Like he has a two-page playbook?
I mean, it's a lot of RPOs.
Are you saying his awareness on Madden will be like 40 in your eyes?
You know what? I'm not going to take nothing away from Jalen because we've seen him develop from year 1 to year 3. But as far as if he goes to Miami, he's going to have to be a pure pocket passer, man. I don't know if that's his game. I don't think that's his game. Man. The awareness is going down. It's definitely going down. That's not his game, man. He's a RPO.
Wow.
You know, run right, run left type dude. He's not a step back pocket passer. That's not his game. It's not his game.
I was trying to get you to pull it out. It was right there. I just want to hear you say it.
Like I said, the scheme that he in, it fits. But like y'all know, man, Philly, they run the ball a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of RPOs, a lot of, you know. So in Miami, I'm not too sure, Trio. I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it in Miami.
What you think, Mar?
Wow.
I think he hit eat in Miami because if you run the RPOs and you freeze the defense and you got Waddle and Hill out there,
man.
If you come up and you bite on the run every time, you're gonna get beat. He throw like you see, like what you're talking about. What he's exceeding that is making easy read. So if you biting on the play action, there you go. I feel like that'll work. Now, one thing that Miami does is a lot of timing, a lot of slants, quick routes like that.
Exactly.
That's what you have to develop. But as far as the play action goes, he can eat off the play action out there.
It's a different offense. It's definitely a different offense. But who knows? Maybe. What you think, Trill? What do you think?
I think, like Morris said, I think he'll eat in any offense, honestly. I mean, that's just how the NFL is today. RPOs, quick passes, more like a West Coast systems and, majority of the offenses today. So that's why I can't really say it's a system thing with Jalen Hurts. I feel like he can get it done anywhere, honestly.
Right. And I guess the only reason why I say it's a system thing is because I can name only one or two other teams that run an offense like they do. Maybe the Bills and the Ravens that, actually set up those type of, runs for your quarterback or whatnot. But, so far so good.
You still got to use the talents of the quarterback. I mean, his best talent is his feet, obviously. So, I mean, they're going to break that in the offense, of course, and it gets good results. So, so I think he can play in any system. I think that's just the best system for him right now. He's still, like you said, third-year quarterback. He's still learning a lot. I think it's bro because he ain't gonna have his feet all his whole career. So, I see what you're saying, Nucho, in the system, but I think he can play in any system. But
and you know what? What he's proven to us so far, I wouldn't even be surprised, man, because his elevation has just went up. I wouldn't even be surprised.
None of us have thought he'd be.
Oh no. I didn't think he was a superstar.
I said it. Moving on, man. This is a question I saw a lot of on ESPN. This could be a real quick segment. I really saw Shannon and Skip arguing over this. Will Mahomes pass Brady for the GOAT title eventually? He has his second ring, right?
Second, yep.
Second ring. He's still young. I don't think he's done getting rings in Kansas City. I think So but to get to 7 is tough.
Yeah.
So right now, can you guys predict him reaching that, or is just only one Tom Brady?
I'll pop it off. I think that Mahomes could sustain success out there as long as they keep giving him weapons, keep filling his cupboard up with weapons, and as long as he's paired with Andy Reid. I don't know how long Andy Reid is going to be out there and doing his thing, but that that is kind of the key ingredient to me is how long he's going to be up under Andy Reid, how long they can rock out.
Right.
But to me, if he went and say, he, did a back to back, like this upcoming season or something like that. Like if he does a back to back any point in
That'd be
time right now,
scary.
like we'll start really considering him up there
That'd be
with
scary.
Brady.
That'd be scary. Yeah. Right now in Mahomes' career, he's ahead of where Brady was. With the MVPs and the Super Bowls, it's no comparison. He's ahead of them. What Brady has done, man, is tough. It's not easy. Don't forget, Brady had a 10-year stretch where he didn't win the Super Bowl at all. So I mean, you're gonna have your ups and you're gonna have your downs. But like Mars said, man, as long as Andy Reid is there, I think they got a chance to do something special for a long time, man. For a long time. I think eventually with Andy Reid there, man, he'll pass Mahomes. He'll pass Brady. I'm sorry. He'll pass Brady.
Yeah, same thing for me. As long as he has Andy Reid, he definitely has a chance to surpass Tom Brady. But again, we don't know how long Andy Reid is going to be there. I mean, he's up there in age.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about it. But as long as he has Andy Reid, like I said, he has a chance. I honestly could see him doing it. He's at a great pace right now. Like you said, Viz, he already has two. At this point in Tom Brady's career, he didn't have none. So he definitely has a shot. Just got to continue bringing him weapons. He has Andy Reid, great offensive coordinator. I think we're going to talk about that too.
Yep.
But he could definitely do it. That torch has to be passed. It has to be passed. And who better than Patrick Mahomes right now? So
I'm gonna hit y'all with something a little different. I'm gonna get y'all reaction to this. I think it's gonna be for us, it's gonna be a LeBron and Jordan kind of thing. Where Brady would be Jordan, and LeBron would be Mahomes. He may not beat him in rings, but everything else, passing yards, touchdowns,
MVPs,
stat-wise, MVPs, he'll surpass Brady. I think because he's that special of a quarterback, and it took Brady a while to get to this point. So I don't think he'll pass him in rings, but I think as a younger guys at my school, all the guys, all the boys talk about Patrick Mahomes. I don't hear not one talk about Brady. All of them want to be Mahomes. I think for the fan base, the younger fan base, and as far as yards go, he'll pass him in that GOAT title. As far as rings, I don't think he will. That's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough task. 7 rings.
That's tough.
Andy Reid getting older, and we will talk about the OC in a minute. It's tough, and in the NFL, it's tough to get back to back. Let alone get 7.
Yeah,
and, Brady had a late run. Them Super Bowls came late in his career.
Yeah.
Well, he had that early one when he took over for Bledsoe.
I'm saying,
he did.
Yeah, but he was still getting.
He had a 10-year stretch.
Yeah,
he had a 10-year stretch without winning anything. So yeah.
Another thing we also got to factor too, health. Now, if you think about it, Tom Brady, I think he had like one major injury. He tore his ACL one year. He was out for the whole year. But other than that, Tom Brady has always been able to maintain a healthy, lifestyle. His body's straight. He's been good. And then with Mahomes, Mahomes been kind of hurt like every other year. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that's going to factor into it as well. So
he's already having ankle injuries. It's not good.
All right.
We'll talk about Andy Reid for a second, man. Did he finally get some respect put on his name, man? You talk about the Belichicks, and really that's all they really talk about is Belichick. Did Andy Reid put him not in? Well, I guess you could put him in the Belichick. It's tough to put anybody in his category because that's what he did. But just is that kind of coach, like You know, Andy Reid's always been the guy almost get there and don't. He got the one a couple of years ago. But before then, he was always in the mix, and they never could quite get there.
I think you got to start to put him in there with like alone in there with like Cowher. What's the guy? The Dallas.
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. You got to put him in there with those type of guys.
Like a tier 2,
huh?
A tier 1, tier 2 in the category. Because who's up there with Belichick?
Is gonna be my tier 1.
Okay,
he's a standalone, and then underneath that, you got your people who have won, multiple rings. Like he could get there with like Bill Walsh. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Four championships in a decade in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he can get to that level. That's like tier 2. And then you got those who, got one here or there, but Andy Reid is one of them guys though.
And in my eyes, I see Andy Reid as a tier 1 head coach. Only for the simple fact that one thing that we get out of Andy Reid offense is consistency. I mean, we always know he's going to have a high-powered offense. His Philly days was high-powered. They went to 3 Super Bowls, I think, 2 or 3 Super Bowls. And Andy Reid is a winner, man. He's a winner. Regular season, he's just a winner to me. He's just a winner. Defense is not his thing, but his offenses, man. First time I seen the shuffle pads was in the Andy Reid offense. It's Andy, man. I think Andy is going to put a little bit more in his name in these next 2 or 3 years with Pat Mahomes. But I think he should definitely be like a tier one head coach just on these last 2 Super Bowls that he's won along with the Chiefs. Also with what he did this year. We all thought that losing Tyreek Hill, this Kansas City offense is going to plummet.
Take the words
Ain't
right out of
nothing
my mouth.
changed. Ain't nothing changed, man. Ain't nothing changed. Mahomes still putting up numbers. All he doing now is just spreading the ball out a little bit more. So Andy Reid is an amazing coach, man. He definitely is. And I like to see him get a lot more recognition with some of the best.
Yeah, I agree. Lucho pretty much said what I was gonna say because you remember everybody wrote Kansas City off when they lost to Tyreek Hill, and then for him to come back with Juju Smith-Schuster and Valdez, and you got the young running back, what's his name?
Pacheco.
He wasn't supposed to be in this position. He was not supposed to be in this position. So with the just based off of the strength of that alone, you have to put Andy Reid as the tier 1 coach. You have to. Again, like I said, he was not supposed to be here, and eventually he found a way, and he got that offense going, and he has another ring for it. So I would have to put him at a tier 1.
Everything he's done, he's been questioned for. Whether benching Alex Smith for Big 12 quarterback Patrick Mahomes, like what are we doing? What are we doing? And then here we go. A couple of years later, 2 Super Bowls. Could have had a third, but they ran into some tough competition. So it's one more topic about the Chiefs, man. So the big news out of them, they lost their offensive coordinator. What's his name? Eric Bellamy. Yeah, but he's gone. So do you think he was the big difference in that offense? Do you think he will make a big difference in the offense, him leaving? Because
Andy Reid ran offense.
Exactly. Andy Reid brain is still there.
Yeah.
What job did he get? Andy Reid, and Andy Reid got him a job. That's what happened.
He's Washington's offensive coordinator now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he downgraded.
Why?
He downgraded.
Why?
I think he knows that their coach get fired, and he moved right up there to the offense.
Well, think about this too, though, and shout out to my boy Briss because we kind of talked about this. But let's say he goes to the Commanders and he turns their offense around. Yep. He's gonna be one of the hottest coaches, going into that following year as a position to be a head coach. So you gotta look at it that way.
Yeah. That's real big for him, man. I kind of hate that because I would have thought the next step after 2 Super Bowls would have been a head coaching job. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe he really wants the Washington jobs. They still have Riverboat Ron is their quarterback. I mean, is their coach.
Yeah.
So I mean,
they know what they're doing.
He's lining up to be their next head coach. I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, they got some young talent over there. You know, tough division to be in, but you know, maybe he saw something we didn't see. Well, we all know that Ron's not going.
Is there a connection there between him and Sam Howell, that new quarterback that the Commanders have?
I don't know. That's good.
Hey, Sam is sneaky good. Hey, man. Hey, Sam is sneaky good, man. Sam, I've been watching Sam since.
Maybe he looking at him. That's the next Mahomes.
Hey, Sam Howell, man, he was amazing out of college, man. He was a good quarterback out of college. He was supposed to be drafted a little bit higher, but you know, he was supposed to be a first round pick, but he just kind of fell back. But Sam got some work though. He got a quarterback over there. He's a good guy. Good guy.
Like I said, young talent. We got Scary Terry. We got the young running back Robinson coming back full strength. So if we see something, everybody else see. They know that Ron Rivera is not going to get you over that hump. So one more thing on the NFL before we move on to the NBA. What you got to think about Pro Bowl weekend? They tried new things. I watched the flag football. It was something
entertaining. It was entertaining.
Something that I'm pretty sure. I mean, like I said, I work with young kids and the young boys. They loved it. They said they played flag football. The dodgeball was fun. They liked watching, some of the, the stars playing. He had Sauce out there with a big thing. I think the best part was the comedian, what's his name, Lou Young.
Yeah.
As far as the funnest part of the whole weekend, man. But what do you got about it?
I think the flag football. I don't really care for it because I'm used to the old school Pro Bowl, just suiting up, Sean Taylor knocking kickers out, that type of stuff. We ain't gonna see that again. But I think the NFL is. I feel like the NFL is doing this for the fans to get more intimate with the superstars. I mean, you got to think about it. Every time we see these dudes, it's helmets, shoulder pads. Now we can see these guys' personalities, dodgeball. Yeah, just to get a little bit, we can get to know the superstars a little bit better. So, like you said, if the kids enjoyed it, I ain't gonna complain about it. I kind of like the flag football. I like the little system that they had. I think they played like 4 or 5 different games with different starting quarterbacks and different players. So that was cool. But I'm old school, so I'm always miss them AFC straight NFC games. Those good old games, man. But for the new genre, I think that this might be the way to go for the kids and the new fans.
Yeah, I didn't partake in it. The Pro Bowl weekend has been there for me for years. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. It's been there a long time. Like brought up the Sean Taylor thing. That's probably maybe I think the last time I might have watched it, I think was like the first time they played in Hawaii or something. Like it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know what they can do. It's pointless. It don't do anything. Like in baseball, they got, you know what I'm saying? The home field advantage, means, you know what I'm saying? And then in basketball, it's way more entertaining. You got the dunks, you got the highlight plays.
We'll get to that.
I just think I don't know what they can do to make theirs better or worth me watching it. I don't know.
I mean, it's tough to watch, honestly. Again, too. I used to be fired up to watch the NFC go against the AFC. That's just me. I used to love watching that. One team wearing blue, the other team wearing red, and they going at it. Of course, you don't have that no more.
Right.
What they're doing right now, though, I mean, I feel like it's more entertaining. Like Nucho said, you're learning more about, the personalities of superstars. You're, engaging with them a lot more. So I'm not mad at the NFL for that. I mean, I think right now it is a good look, but, for the real football heads, the old schools, the OGs, we kind of miss that.
It's not for us.
Yeah, it's really not for us at all.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm about to say, like Nucho said, man, this is aimed towards kids now because they know us. We don't care for it, but they want to get
Yeah.
our kids to be engaged. You're seeing the players without the helmets on. You're seeing with the grill, the chains. They're out there greeting and all that stuff.
Mm,
So it's entertainment for that factor and getting those people, getting the kids and teenagers to tune in to see how they look. You know what I'm saying? Just hanging out, chilling.
yeah.
A lot more interviews, a lot more press stuff for them, so we can see who these guys really are. So I think in that instinct, it's a win. But for like real football heads, it's not for us to watch, and they know it's not for us to watch. They know we're not gonna watch it. But I think it's geared for the younger generations. All right, we're gonna move on to the NBA, man. We had a lot of stuff going on in the NBA, so I think the biggest thing was the NBA trade deadline. A lot of stuff happened in those few days, man. I know we can talk about. My biggest thing is, what was the one of the best trades in you guys' opinion? Like, what trade really? I mean, I think everybody has one or two of the same ones, but what stuck out?
Um, the trade for me that stuck out, obviously, people might think I'm gonna just go ahead and start talking about the Kyrie trade, but the trade that really stuck out for me is what the Lakers did. They was able to get rid of Russell Westbrook. The situation there, it wasn't really good for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to get away from that was good for them. You get a D'Angelo Russell in return. For me, I feel like he's a productive point guard. I think he's more efficient than Russell Westbrook at this point in his career. So that was a good look for them to get D'Angelo Russell in that trade. And then of course you also brought in a defender in Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
He's under, in my opinion, he's low key not really looked at as a good player, but he's definitely a good role player for the Lakers. For what they're trying to do is just somebody that can come off the bench and be a spark for them. So that was a good look. And then you got a shooter in Malik Beasley as well. So I feel like the Lakers had the best trade, in my opinion, just to kind of, get LeBron some help, get AD some help, you know what I'm saying? And possibly, contend for the playoffs. So shout out to the Lakers on that.
I gotta totally agree with you.
Yeah.
For the last couple seasons, we've known what the Lakers have needed, and they hadn't delivered. Like we wanted them to go get Buddy Hield, we wanted them to go get a knockdown shooter. You know what I'm saying? And finally, it seems like Rob Pelinka finally woke up and got them what they needed. Got them a younger core, younger role players, some defense, some shooting. And they got D'Angelo Russell back, who should have never been traded in the first place.
Agreed.
If you think about it, like where the Lakers could be at if they had him the whole time, but that's here nor there. But I mean, at least they got him back, and they got a good young point guard, and I totally agree. The reason, and I'm gonna spin it a little bit. I know you said the best trade, but the reason why I didn't say that Dallas trade, even though it's good, it's entertaining for the Mavericks, was the best situation is because we all know that Kyrie Irving is a wild card. You don't know if he's gonna stay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that would be the main reason why I wouldn't say that was the best trade.
Right.
I agree. The same with the KD trade. Like those are two players.
Yeah.
Just don't know what they're going to do. It could have been easy to say KD to Phoenix, which could work out to be the best trade. And in Dallas, that workout could be the best trade. But those are two guys that we just don't know. They say one thing 1 second and then do something different. I agree with the Lakers trade to a point. We got to see what happens when they're all healthy and all in the same lineup. That's the biggest thing, getting them all in because they only got 23 games left. So they got, I think, 23 or 28 between that two. We really got to push this to make the play-in game. So, like I said, they got a actual starting point guard. But yeah, I think that's probably one. But I still would think that the Phoenix trade was probably the best if that works out. You get KD is slated to come back. I think Friday. For Phoenix. So
this Sunday actually. Sunday.
So yeah,
Sunday.
The lineup could be crazy. It could be very crazy. So That's probably that's probably the best one.
I was gonna say another team too, low key, had a great trade deadline. Was the Clippers. They was able to get Eric Gordon. They was able to also get Bones
Right.
Highland. A lot of people don't know who this young man is. They sleeping on him, but I feel like he's going to be a nice point guard in the years to come. And they also was able to secure a backup big in Mason Plumlee from Charlotte.
Okay.
So, and then you add all of that with Kawhi, Paul George, Terrence Mann.
They get Westbrook.
The Clippers won, and then you know, and they just signed Westbrook as well. So,
thank you. The Clippers did get some big trades. That Eric Gordon is real big. The other night, I think they got him playing point guard. He dropped like 6 or 7 assists, led the team last night. But I'm gonna have to agree with what Trill said about those Lakers, man. I feel like the Lakers probably transformed their roster the most, and they needed to. But adding that Mo Bamba, adding the 3-point shooter Beasley, and just being able to get that Westbrook situation out of the locker room, I feel like the Lakers probably came away with the best trades of the deadline.
All right. So you guys have a trade that you just didn't understand? Like you like what? Why?
I mean, all the trades honestly made sense, in my opinion. You know, a lot of teams came away with pieces that they need, and then for the teams that were, you know, didn't really get the better end of the trades, they got draft capital out of it. So I mean, I honestly don't know how to answer that. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like everybody won. To be honest with you.
The thing that had me scratch my head though was Spence Dinwiddie back to didn't he go back to
Brooklyn? Yeah.
Like back to Brooklyn.
Him and I guess they're not physically the same player, but they, you know, provide the same thing, defense. What's the guy's name? The guy who won't play?
Dorian Finney-Smith?
No. Your boy who Dolly love.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they both.
We need to do a topic on him next.
I'm saying they got score a lot.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk. What you want to say about Ben Simmons, man?
Ben Simmons right now in the NBA is averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds. I'm disgusted. What are you doing, bro? Like this is like year 5. What are we doing? Like who are you? What do you do? I think the NBA, everybody that knows basketball needs to have this conversation. Ben Simmons right now is a bust. Straight up bust. Straight up bust. He's not even getting playing time in Brooklyn right now, bro. They taking his minutes away. I haven't seen no elevation. You're not getting more than 10 points a game, and you're a starter in the NBA playing more than 28 minutes. What are we doing, Ben Simmons?
That's the guy who got
paid. I'm disgusted, bro. Improve yourself. Work on your game. And this is why we have to shout out Jalen Hurts. We've seen Jalen Hurts elevate, man. Ben Simmons is still doing what he was doing his rookie year. Matter of fact, his rookie year numbers was better. Like 7 points, 6 rebounds. Like, bro, come on,
mental,
bro. What can I do with that?
It's mental. I just don't feel like he has the mental at this point to be in the NBA. Like, you know, he's a young cat. He pays attention to social media. He sees what people are saying about him. And I feel like he just can't go perform.
You know what, Trill? These people are paying me like 40 million reasons not to give zero fucks given about what is being said on social media. Put that shit
right.
If that's gonna affect your game.
Right.
That's real talk because he got paid off what he could have been, what he could be, as paid of what he was. It's being paid of what he is. And he's stealing money from the NBA. Now
I'm disgusted.
We know our homie Dolly gonna have some words from us if he's watching. I can't wait to see how that goes.
Dolly can't say nothing, bro. Like,
I'm disgusted, man.
He's gonna defend his boy. He's gonna defend his boy.
You can't defend it though. Let's think about it. let's think about it. You can pull up Ben Simmons highlights from when he was with Philly. You know, after his rookie year, that boy was out there balling. I'm talking about getting to the rim. You know what I'm saying? Being productive. Now you're at a point now where you're at the end of the bench. Like,
he's one of those that
how
got
can you defend
paid.
that?
Like Dolly said, he got paid and he's happy. He got paid. He got paid the big contract. I don't got to do anything.
What are we defending? Like, I mean, what
I don't
what's
know.
the
I'm not going to defend him.
I'm upset in the development, man. I feel like, what do you do in the off season, bro? It's like he parties all off season and be like, oh, I got to play basketball now. Like, there's no development in this game, bro, and it pisses me off because we've seen the Giannis's. Y'all remember Giannis? Giannis used to be like a 72 on 2K,
I watched the movie. I watched the movie.
Like, man, like, bro, we want to see development. You get paid all this money. You get all these trainers access to stuff that we can't get access to, and you still come out and average 7 points.
I tell you what,
I'm done.
He's only worrying about his Instagram post. Go look at his IG.
I tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Giannis can't. He didn't nowhere near a 3-point sniper. Leave both. He gonna shoot it. If you
gonna shoot it.
He gonna make a threat.
He gonna shoot it.
He gonna at least threat. But yeah, I don't understand what's going on with that. He's still young. I think 26, 27.
I want to say too. I think they tried to trade him too, but they couldn't find nobody that wanted to do anything with him.
Who wants it? Who wants 7 points? You want 7 points? Hey,
got this 7.6 rebound point guard for you.
With 3 more years left on that $200 million contract, who wants that?
That's wow.
Hey man, Ben Simmons, bro, get it together, bro. Please, you got the talent. I was watching this little preview of like the pre-scouts before he got drafted. It was mad love, man. Like he's supposed to be that dude, bro. He got all the talent to be that dude. He might need to change position, bro. Maybe become a center. bro. I don't know, but please, just do something else. Do something else, man.
I think that like y'all say. I think that it's in his head now, man. Like that 1 year he was begging it. Now people are begging. Your teammates are begging you to shoot the ball. It's one thing for the crowd and us to say shoot the ball. When your teammates say shoot the ball, and you won't shoot it, like come on, man.
Hey, when Kyrie shoot the ball, Ben. When he threw the ball in the paint, shoot the ball, Ben. Hey, I'm done with Ben, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Hey man, Kyrie was serious about that. Shoot the damn.
For real. He was.
He's probably confused. Like you 6'10" and you won't. Okay, all right, shoot it. So let me ask you, Mavericks fan, real quick. So since the trade y'all got with Kyrie, how do you think the team has been since then? I know it's still time to develop the chemistry and all that, but how's it going since the Kyrie trade?
Well, it's kind of hard to analyze it just because, Luka was out first initially, after the trade happened. So we really haven't seen Luka and Kyrie play together. I think we only got like 2 games out of it. But we're going to be able to tell after this All-Star break is complete. I think we back out there tomorrow night, I believe, against San Antonio. We'll have to check the schedule, but y'all, time will tell. I think it can work out just because we seen what Kyrie was able to do. Kyrie, if you think about it, Kyrie has played with some of the greats of this generation: LeBron, KD. Now you're looking at Luka. If anybody can do it, I think Kyrie can definitely make it work with Luka. So like I said, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. And I think it'll work.
Yeah.
Work out.
Yeah, I think like Trill said, we're gonna have to give it some more time. Only 2 games is such a small sample size. I know one thing they are gonna have to work on though is definitely the defensive side. Definitely the defense. But like I said, man, when I turned on the Mavericks game, bro, I was seeing some names I ain't never seen before, bro. I was like, who are all these people, bro? I wasn't used to seeing my same characters out there. So, but I think over time they can eventually get the ball rolling. Will Kyrie be here next year? I don't know. Time will tell. I think the rest of the season and the playoffs will tell. And even if we do lose Kyrie, can we do a sign and trade? Can we do something like that? I mean, do we just gotta lose in the free agency?
And I'm glad you said that because there's a rumor out there that's going around in the NBA community that the Mavericks possibly will do a sign and trade with LA, bring AD to Dallas, send Kyrie to the Lakers.
Hey,
Everybody's happy.
Hey, if we could get, if Luka could get 8, look at his face.
Why would LA be happy? Why would LA be happy?
No, I will be ecstatic because
they want Kyrie. They want to reunite.
Yes, I want Kyrie, LeBron back together. Let's go.
Okay, who's y'all big?
Huh?
Who's y'all big?
Man, it can't be AD. We can't trust him. Every time he sneezes, he get hurt. We'll find a big. The Lakers will find a big. We don't want it. No, man, but the injuries have been an issue, man. Like every time I look up, he's on the sideline with a sweater on.
Yeah,
like, what's going on?
She close, man. She close.
I'm just saying. Maybe we'll see how the playoff push work. They got to. That's the next topic. Can they make a push? Can he?
AD, hold on. Let's not. We're not gonna act like AD wasn't the best player on the court when y'all won that championship, though.
I didn't say that.
So
we just want more consistency.
The problem is
that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
All right.
He didn't play the full season.
All right, okay.
Kyrie. Come on back. Come on, Kyrie.
All right.
You see how happy he was in the All-Star draft when he picked Kyrie.
Hey, Luka didn't like that. Hey, Luka didn't like that. Luka didn't like that.
They had the old handshake and everything. Baby. LA. You saw the handshake.
Y'all saw Luka in the cut.
Luka ain't tripping off of that, man. Stop playing. Luka don't give a damn.
All right.
Man.
Oh, man. But yeah, Lakers 4 games out of the last spot in the playoffs in the Western Conference. I think if all healthy, they can stay healthy. I think they can make a nice little run because the teams in front of them. You got Portland, Utah, OKC. We still got Minnesota and Golden State hanging around, and New Orleans without Zion is still pushing. They're still over 500. So I think all healthy, and I think they can make a little push.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the West is weak right now, and it's crazy to say that because the West always used to be the most dominating conference. But the West is weak right now. But if they want to make a push, they got to start like as soon as they hit the court again because I think the season got about like 25 games left. They're gonna have to make that push. Like I said, if they can stay healthy, AD is there. And with the pieces that they traded for, they could definitely make a playoff push, possibly get into that, the ninth seed or for the play-in. But the opportunity is there. They just got to go get it. They got to go get it.
I think if the Lakers lose more than 6 games down the stretch,
they have to. Yeah. They can't go on a losing streak.
Yeah.
I think. Man, I love what I saw with this lineup the other night against the Pelicans, man. I'm not going to lie. I loved it. Now, Brandon Ingram said that Vanderbilt is one of the hardest people for him to play up against. He said he always put that lockdown defense on him. But I think the Lakers could do it, man. I think they definitely can, man. They got this new – they look like they're happy to play basketball, man. When you watch them out there playing, LeBron, Mo Bamba got this little connection with this pick and roll they doing. AD was kind of side-eyeing it, like, oh, okay. Then you got Beasley.
What up,
what else, Sax? D'Lo.
Yeah.
Man, he's a perfect point guard for that system, man. He can shoot the ball, and he got this little twitchy quickness in getting in the lane, man. He can get in the lane, make those baskets, too. So I like this Lakers team. I definitely see them in the playoffs, definitely. It'll be disappointing if they don't. Let me say that. If they don't make it, it's gonna be very disappointing, man. Like, come on, bro.
The key to them is just staying healthy, man. Staying healthy, being out there together.
Right.
I don't expect all of them to play every game. They sit out just for rest, but they need to make a nice push.
Right.
All right. Last topic on the NBA, man. So what do you guys think about the All-Star weekend? So I think the most entertaining part, and I think we all can agree, was the actual draft. It was kind of cringy. It's kind of cringy sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, because you gotta look at the dudes you really want to pick. Like, man, are you good enough to be on my team? And you gotta pick, looking right at the dude, that you're not picking. What do you guys think? I know it was funny.
I'm not mad at the All-Star break. I just think it needs to be revamped. I think it needs to be revamped, man. Like kind of like hockey. Like hockey will go play on a ship in the middle of the ocean. They'll go play some random place. I just need something new. I need something different. The dunk contest is boring to me. I don't know. 3-point contest is cool. Celebrity I don't know. I just need some revamped. I'm not into it, man.
So,
I'm not.
Yeah, it was disappointing to me. I mean, the game wasn't competitive. You had some of the coaches. Denver coach came out and said it was like one of the worst games that he coached and was a part of.
Really?
Yeah, Malone. He said that. Here's what I would do to fix the All-Star game. Check me out when I say this. What I would do is, of course, you have all your players that made the team, the 15 players or whatever it is that made the team. But I would break them teams up into threes and let them go at it 3v3, and have a little tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Have a big three.
A big three, basically a big three. That's what I would do.
We need something different, man. It's boring.
Yeah,
the dunk contest,
and you can't tell me them boys gonna be competitive at that point. 3v3, half court, let them go at it.
That's tough. Yeah,
I think we need to throw the dunk contest away, man. Like, I mean, it's cool.
We'll be getting G Leaguers in here. I don't.
That's the problem.
What are we doing?
The big names don't want to do it. They don't want to do
pressure. Too much pressure.
It is.
Oh my
I think
God,
I think we talked about this last night. I think Brooks said it. We've seen all the dunks. We've been watching the slam dunk contest mostly all our lives. We've seen every dunk they could, but we've seen a dude jump over a car. We've seen the 360 between the legs. We've seen off the backboard, the 12-foot baskets. Like it took a G Leaguer to do a 540 and to win the slam dunk contest. And I'm watching the highlights. I didn't watch it live. I'm like,
I saw the dunk. I was like,
but they have to be excited. I mean, I understand they got to be excited. It's their job, but the best part was the draft. After the draft was over, I didn't watch the game. I didn't want to see who's going to get picked last.
I love the draft. They got to keep that going.
Joker made sure he won't get picked last. He walked right over to LeBron's team, like you already know, like his brother went right over LeBron. Like,
why they do that boy Laurie like that, man? That was crazy.
I mean, Laurie knew his first time. I honestly think LeBron was gonna pick Laurie, but Joker walked right over.
That's kind of crazy that Joker could even be, get picked that late.
Is it?
Joker, I mean, be balling, man.
But you gotta think about the game.
The game.
The game.
Opening the All-Star game.
Outrun your opponent.
Joker played that playoff pace basketball.
Yeah, half court offense. Like,
he can't really jump.
No.
I want to see the NBA do something different, man. Like I just want to see something different, man. Like I don't know. And then on top of that, y'all pick Utah. Why are we doing All-Star games in Utah, bro? Nothing against Utah, but damn, like, bro, the crowd was so weak. It wasn't even no celebrities there. Like
nobody going out to Utah.
Nobody going to Utah in March. In February?
Salt Lake.
Yeah, February. Nah,
bro.
Shout out to that boy. We got to shout out that boy Jericho Sims. He was one of the participants in the dunk contest. Bro, he stunk it up. That shit was so horrible. Like, he used the net to pull himself up to make a dunk. And then he had an envelope on the net. He pulled down the envelope and he tore the envelope to show that he wanted a 50. but the paper was ripped up. Like it
The
was just
paper was real, bro.
It was
yeah.
horrible.
You know what? We
Horrible.
should do? Let's just on a stand dunk contest. Let's just show highlights of past dunk contests. I'd rather see that. I'd rather see every year we just show
Right.
it.
I got something for that. Well,
Or
I kicked this
I got
around.
something
with
for
the why don't they just use them dunkers that actually compete and do all the dunk on them 15-foot rims and all? Why don't they just use them
yes,
for the dunk
but
contest?
yes, but give it a catch. Whoever wins gets a free G League something. I don't know. Give
A
somebody a
10-day
shot.
I
contract.
don't wanna see no
Or maybe like a
no-names.
10-day contract.
This is an all-star weekend. I don't want to see no namers, McClung, McQueen, whatever his name was.
I do.
I don't want to see him.
I want to see good dunks. Like I
Right.
It was a good
dunk
dunk, but
contest, but it's just like the stars don't want to do it.
because there's
Right.
no new dunks they can do. What can Zion go out there and do that we ain't seen?
Jump
That
high
is true.
The only person that probably be exciting right now doing a dunk contest would be Ja because he's small.
And you gonna see that what he do on a night to night
He
basis
did that-
anyway.
He did it in the All-Star
Right.
game. He
It's
was doing
like,
dunks in the
yeah.
All-Star game.
I think for the old heads like us, you know, we look at that, we like, bro, we done seen it all. Like we didn't like it's really nothing. Like, bro, we saw Vince Carter, bro. Like that was it. That was it for me.
Yeah.
As I seen Vince Carter, I don't need to see no more dunk contests. Like,
Jason Richardson.
Well, hold on. I
Man.
will say this: we got to shout out that boy Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon when they
Oh,
win
yeah,
that.
that was a good one. That was
I
a
ain't
good
gonna
one.
lie,
That was a good one too.
ass. Yeah,
That was a good one too. But that Vince Carter dunk, that changed the game for me. I remember watching that and I was like, bro, I remember how blown away everybody in the world was. Like they talked about that for
The
weeks.
bench
Like this dude put
reaction
his
was
elbow in the rim.
Yeah.
Dak and KG
Yeah.
and them was clowning when Vince did that reverse 360.
Because we
Oh,
had
man.
we had names in the dunk contest. That okay, I'm gonna watch. This.
Yeah.
We had Vince
Yeah.
Carter's. We had the Kobe's, the T Mac. Before T Mac was T Mac, he was in there. We had the names that drew us to these things. I don't know, not one person. If he had won, if you didn't tell me this dude won, I wouldn't know who won. I don't know who McClung is. And the fact that he just got signed to a team a couple days ago, a 2-way contract. I mean, shout out to him. That's great. He got his 48 hours of fame. But ain't nobody gonna think about it today.
McClung was supposed to be the Great White Hope when he was at Georgetown.
He played at Texas Tech too.
Yeah,
He was good at Tech. Yeah, he was good at Tech.
What they need to do, I feel like what they need to do. There's so much money in the NBA. Just give them an incentive. Whoever win the dunk contest, $25 million.
Wow.
Damn.
All right,
Hey.
we're gonna drop that.
I'm just saying.
Hey, sign me up, coach.
All them fines that they give people, use that
Hey,
money
man.
that they fine all these players with and use that as the incentive for the dunk contest. With something.
Coach gonna be mad at me. You practicing today, son? Nope. Getting ready for this dunk contest. 25 mil, coach.
You see Ben Simmons out there. That's the only thing he worked
Right.
on.
Everybody's gonna be dunking. Then look, they gonna have to pull out the big list. Like you have to get on the list then. Hey, but that's not a bad idea. That's not a
Give us
bad
money,
idea.
man.
That's not a bad
real
idea.
Get some names in.
Put some real money on the table. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you got some legends come back out. You said 25 million. You're gonna see Dominique Wilkins pull back up. What's up, bud?
For real. Straight up.
All pull back up.
Clyde might come back out.
Clyde come back, try to do for the free throw. You know Jordan will be there. He love competition.
Look, now they do need to put something on it, man, because they just need a new spin, man. All these All-Star games are getting watered down.
And I think the older we get, the worse it's gonna get because we're
It
used
is.
to what we do, man. We're used to, I mean, as a kid, even watching the All-Star games, I watched the whole game because I saw all of my favorite players out there. But even watching, I didn't even watch any of the games. As soon as the draft, my wife said, "You're not gonna watch the game?" Like, no. I just want to see the draft because that was more toxic than anything. I want to see who get picked last. Saw some salty faces. The longer that list got, the saltier them faces getting up there. Jalen Brown was not happy.
Another thing I wanted to point out too during that All-Star weekend, how funny was it to see Julius Randle in the 3-point contest and them showing his son and the crowd disappointed at his dad's performance?
That's why is he there? Why was he there?
I don't know.
I didn't understand that. That threw me off. I thought we was watching the dunk contest. I was like, what is Julius Randle doing here? Like what? It was another name that threw me off too that was in that 3-point contest. It was somebody else. I forgot who it was, but no.
Yeah. All right, man. So it's been a very, very, very entertaining show, man. Our recap show, man. We've been waiting for a couple of weeks. We had to update y'all on our opinions about what's been going on these past few weeks. We'll be back full time, same place. But we can't forget to talk about our promotional with W. 10% off. When you're using that ANEP code, it's an energy supplement. So if you love energy drinks like I do, go ahead and use it.
You got yours yet, Viz?
Not yet. It's coming, hopefully. Yeah. Put that code in, get the 10% off. With that being said, we out, everybody.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week, man.